Today on X Factor Marketing, I'm breaking down 2 simple strategies that top creators use to explode their reach. We're diving into trendjacking, that viral fire that gets your content seen by thousands.
Essentially what trendjacking is it's just taking a trend that is popular out there on social media and then using it. That's such a great way to get reach and to get engagement as part of your social media strategy.
And we're mastering newsjacking, the fast track to becoming the instant local expert on any headline with a quick green screen.
So in classic traditional PR world, what would happen is we would hear that something was happening in the news and we would pitch our company or our brand spokesperson to provide commentary or quote on that news happening.
This isn't just how creators stay visible and close deals.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of X Factor Marketing. Today, we're going to talk about 2 strategies to increase your engagement on social media. Now, this is something that a lot of you ask me about. You've bought in, you're putting content out there, but you want to know, how can I increase my engagement? How can I get more people to comment, like, share, engage with me on my content? So I'm going to share 2 strategies that I run these plays on my own personal content, and we run these plays on our EXP brand content that we put out there. And here are the 2 strategies. The first one is called trendjacking, and the second one is called newsjacking. So these are 2 plays that we run that you will see brands run out on their social media, that you will see influencers run on their social media because they work, and they will work on your social media as well. So let me explain what they are. I'm going to start with trendjacking first. So essentially what trendjacking is it's just taking a trend that is popular out there on social media and then using it, essentially jumping on that trend for your own social media. So let me give you some examples of what trendjacking could look like. So for those of you that are just listening, I'm going to give you some audio, and you might want to go watch this episode as well. So I'm going to give you some videos. So here is an audio look at some trendjacking examples. So here is the first.
Getting money with the movers and the shakers. He was mixed with a couple things, bought like a couple rings, bricks and
So those of you that were just listening, that was me perching at a real estate conference. So I was trendjacking when the perch was very popular and everyone was perching, but I was doing it at a real estate conference. So I was combining kind of something that I do in a work setting and trendjacking the trend. So you tend to get huge reach when you trendjack. So here is another example of trendjacking. So hang on here.
Getting money with the move.
Ollie.
Oh, I just found somebody's phone. If you lost your phone, it's here.
And I picked up the phone. So this was a popular reel, and I recreated it at our EXPCon event. And I dropped the phone from 30 floors in Miami, and then, I found the phone, and it was at our expo hall. And I was able then to say that the expo hall was opening, and I found the phone at the expo hall. So imagine you could do this of, I found your phone at our open house or at some other event that you were hosting. And then this last little trendjacking example I've gotten, you're going to get this audio right away. So let me click the button here. Oh, who hasn't had this little song in their earworm lately anytime you've been scrolling through social media? Thank you, Four Non Blondes and Nicki Minaj for bringing this to life. And it's been out there everywhere. And that was one of our very own EXP agents bringing this to life. And of course, we've seen celebrities and lots of real estate agents and all kinds of people bringing this to life. And that would be an example of trend jacking. But such a great way to get reach and to get engagement as part of your social media strategy. And then the last example that I'll share for those of you that are watching along, you can see here on the screen, is a carousel example of trend jacking. And this is one that we just did on our EXP brand account. And this was the official apology statement. And this was a trend that became super popular recently, where people and brands were coming out with official apologies, but for doing great things. And we put this out on our brand account, and I mean, it went viral almost instantly. So imagine you could do this on your own personal accounts for doing, providing great customer service for all of the wonderful things you do in your business and, for your life. So that would be a great example of trend jacking to add into your sort of social content mix to add an engagement strategy. So that's what we call trend jacking. So you might be wondering, how do I know what these trends are to sort of hop on the bandwagon, so to speak, and trend jack? Well, that's actually pretty easy to answer because probably just through the course of your day, you're going to notice these trends come up as you scroll through your feed. You're going to see, you almost can't avoid seeing popular trends. And then you just need to get a little bit creative and think, how could I use this trend and how could I sort of pivot and make it my own and make it relevant for real estate and my personality and my brand to kind of make it fit for me. But if you add just a little bit of that creative element, there are lots of great trends out there that you can add into your content mix that will make it really personable. It's sort of that 80-20 rule, is that you want to have a mix of content that you have sort of that 20% that is a little bit fun, maybe a little bit edgy. And some of these examples that I gave are maybe a little bit on the edgy side, but certainly with content, you want to take a few risks and explore pushing those comfort zones a little bit with your content. And that helps increase engagement as well. Many agents that I talk to share that it's this type of trend jacking content that really does expand engagement. And this is the type of content that people in their sphere of influence reach out to them about, and people that they hadn't connected with for a very long time all of a sudden engage and get into a conversation. And it may be a comment or a DM on content like this that then turns into a conversation that turns into, how are you doing in the house? Have you guys been given any thought of selling? Or they say, you know what, we're thinking of selling next year. Or, you know what, we're wondering what's happening in the market. Is it time? So think about trend jacking and how you could add that into your content mix. So that's my first strategy to increase engagement and add to your content mix. The second strategy is newsjacking. And newsjacking comes directly from the public relations world. And this is a straight up old PR strategy that we've brought over into the digital world. And how it works is you take something that's happening in the news and then you bring it into sort of your social media strategy. And it works best and it's implemented in social media world with a green screen approach. So for those of you that are watching along, you see up on the screen, I have the examples. And what you see and how you execute this is very simple, kind of that green screen behind you, and you're in front of the green screen talking to whatever news article is behind you. So in classic traditional PR world, what would happen is we would hear that something was happening in the news and we would pitch our company or our brand spokesperson to provide commentary or quote on that news happening. Well, in modern PR, we don't need to do that anymore because we can be our own spokesperson and we can pitch ourselves. So I hear something is happening in the news. I print screen whatever the article is. I green screen it, and you can green screen right in Instagram or you can green screen right in CapCut. I do a lot of these that I do myself in CapCut. I just prefer that app. I find it easy to use for that. So I print screen the news article. I upload it into CapCut. I hold the phone out in front of me and I talk into the phone. In CapCut, I can even use the teleprompter feature and I can put some notes into the teleprompter if I want to give myself some notes on what I want to say. And then I end up with the finished product that those of you that are watching can see here on the screen. And those of you that are listening, you have seen this on the scroll many, many times. But this is what we call newsjacking. So you are giving commentary on news. So here are some.
Real estate industry is changing drastically right now. And my fear is that most real estate professionals don't understand what's happening and are not prepared.
So that was Jared James. So Jared James is a very popular real estate coach and trainer. Jared, by his own admittance, has built his entire social platform, which he has huge reach on this particular strategy of newsjacking. So you will see Jared almost daily, if not multiple times a day, use this strategy. Well, you will see him print screen something that's happening out in the news in our industry, and you will see him sharing his opinion on that particular topic, and that is newsjacking. Here's another .com sent a direct mailer to sellers, asking them or giving them an opportunity to. Zillow integrates with ChatGPT. Big news. Here's 3 things. So these are all examples of different newsjacking things from an industry example. But think of this from how you could use this in your business. Now imagine locally in your market. You could use newsjacking from lots of local things that are happening. Imagine that local market news that is happening. You print screen it and you can talk about that local market news. There's a new development. There is a store that is opening. There is a community event that is happening. Like the list goes on. You can newsjack all of those things. Imagine you are doing an open house. Why not newsjack that? You could print screen the open house or the new listing and talk about that in different ways. If I were selling real estate in a local market again, I would be newsjacking as a strategy to just use that all the time. You will find newsjacking as a strategy will increase your engagement and increase your reach. So newsjacking and trendjacking are 2 great strategies to increase your engagement on social media. I hope you'll give them a try. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, subscribe, like, tell your friends about X Factor Marketing. I would really appreciate it. Until next time, thanks for listening.